Welcome back. On today's video, I purchased two CNC machining centers for $350 a piece. Did I throw my money straight in a dumpster?
I hate this freaking bike! This stupid bike!
Or will they run and possibly accept a modern machining program through drip feed and possibly run parts? Let's find out. Oh, I hear fans kicking on. Wow, that is awesome. This is the position I did not want to be in with this machine. So I received an email from a company that was going out of business, and they asked me if I would be interested in these two CNC machines. They sold all the other machines that they had in their facility. They were going out of business, and they literally said they were trying to save these machines from scrap. And after some negotiations, we settled on $350 a piece loaded on the truck, which is dirt cheap. They told me these machines were well maintained their whole life. They were the original owners. They ran great and there was no problems. Other than like one grainy picture of each machine, that's about all I know about these machines. And I really didn't investigate. I really didn't look at the pictures too well. I just kind of breezed by it, paid the money, lined up shipping, and here we are today. So you guys and I are going to be checking these out for the first time together. Wait till you guys see the condition of these machines. You're not going to believe it. So they're both Matsuura machining centers. This one is a MC760VX. And I actually taught myself CNC machining on a Matsuura RAIF2 or something like that, a red one. So I'm kind of familiar with the Yasnat controller and these machines. But look at the condition of this machine. This is just insane. Like I said, I just saw two grainy pictures of these. That's about it. Knew nothing about these machines. And when they came off the truck and they took the tarp off, I was just blown away. So it looks like they took these doors off just for transit. They kind of set up on there and slide back and forth, and the two sides open up. It has a sidearm tool changer. But look at this machine, man. Look at how clean that is. That's not repainted. That's from factory. And I believe this machine's like a 1980 something. I mean, look at the back wall. They couldn't have used these machines that hard. This is super, super clean. They got 30 place tool changer. $350 for this machine. It's unbelievable. Here's the coolant tanks, and you could see, look how clean these coolant tanks are. I know they're a little grimy, but I've seen 2020 machines with worse coolant tanks than these, and you can usually tell by the coolant tanks how they took care of the machines. It's just crazy. It's mind-blowing. It just goes to show what big companies will throw away when they're either updating or going out of business. So this is a promising sign right here. Here's the controller wrapped up, and I see a gray cable, which is usually a communications cable. Yep, that looks like what that is, hopefully. So maybe they were already drip feeding this machine. I could be wrong. But let's walk around it a little bit. Like I said, I haven't seen the controller yet or anything underneath there. I don't know how clean that is, but going off the rest of the machine, this is just a super clean, nice machine. And Matsuura is still in business today, and they're pretty expensive machines. See, it has the old tape feed there, spindle chiller. I'm not sure what horsepower this is or what RPMs it is, but I would assume it's at least 10 horsepower. Wow, this machine is just super clean. Mind-blowing how clean this machine is. Look at that. You know the back cabinet is always dirty on machinery, man. And this is, like I said, I think this is like a late 80s machine, 88, 89. This is cleaner than most newer machines that I come across. Wow. Wow. So let's check out this other machine. This other machine had a surprise in store for me that I totally was not expecting. Wait till you guys see this machine. So again, this is another Matsuura. This is kind of a bed mill style CNC machine. Look at the condition of this thing. Same way, super clean, man. Even has the work status light up there, not broken. But check this out. This is what I was talking about. This is the surprise right here that I was not ready for. Look at that fourth axis table. Wow, that's gotta be 10 inches. So this machine came with a fourth axis on it. So this fourth axis with the driver in the back, if it works, is worth more than I paid for both these machines put together. I mean, wow. Can you guys believe it? Look at this controller. This one has the controller exposed. Look at that. And I know you can get these cards new, but I don't know if they did, to be honest. Look how clean this is. Nothing's wore off on these machines. This looks like you would purchase it in 1989. It's insane. I do like this one because you can drop stuff down inside of there, which I need a lot when I'm machining, because I do like press brake dies and stuff like that. And this 4th axis table is just blowing my mind. And you can see here's the big coolant pan underneath there. This also has a 30-place side swing arm tool changer. Again, look at the back. Look how clean the back is. Look at this plexiglass from the factory. It's not even broken, not cracked or anything. This machine is like a time capsule. It's really blowing my mind. Here's a tape feed, and check that out. There's actually a program in there. Wow. And this machine also has the RS-232 port and another communications port. So I'm pretty hopeful that I'll be able to drip feed to this machine. So the first machining center needs the doors put on and stuff like that. This one looks like it's more like complete, ready to go and run. So let's take all this wrap and all this stuff off here, and let's see if we can get this one running first. They really did a good job packing this and transporting it. Usually companies don't even do this right here. Again, this machine is just in excellent condition. You can see the 4th axis is hooked up right there. And I believe in this, let's see if we can open this cabinet up. Yeah. So look at that. It's got a Yaskawa drive for the 4th axis. There's the X, Y, and Z axis, and then there's the 4th axis. Look at how clean it is inside of this cabinet. Wow. Again, the condition of these two machines is just blowing my mind right now. For $350 a piece, loaded on a truck, I paid $1,000, $2,000 before just to get one machine loaded, not including the cost of a machine. At this point, I'm already way ahead of the game because I have that 4th axis and that Yaskawa drive. Those two parts alone are worth more than I paid for it. So I'll make money just off that drive if I have to take it off. And I could part these out and probably make money, but they're such clean machines, it's insane. Okay, so let's see about getting some power to this thing. Looks like the power went in through there. Hopefully this key fits these two. It's not looking like it. That would suck if I can't get into here. So roadblock number 1. This key fits this cabinet, and that key also fits the cabinet on here, and I have a whole bunch of keys here, but none of them will fit this cabinet right here. I tried, I almost broke a key off in there. So for some reason those aren't universal, but what I'm hoping is maybe I can pull this panel off right here and access where the power goes in, because I really don't need to get into there right now if I'm just seeing if it's running. So fingers crossed, let's hope that we can get in there and just connect power. I got all the screws out of there, got it busted loose. This thing must have been on here since it was built because it's on there. You can see here, it's kind of just was stuck on there. Oh, it has the seal, so it's been on there so long the seal actually dried inside of there. Let me see, make sure I can get that back on there. I want to keep that. There it goes, boom. Yeah, the seal's even still in good condition. And yep, that's where we put power to, I think. And that's definitely where the power goes. So I'm going to hook power to the top there, and it supplies power to the bottom. You can see the T1, S1, R1. There must be a transformer inside of here, which I really need to check to see what voltage this is. It may say right here. Oh yeah, it says 220, so I don't have to worry about it. Because sometimes these are 220 or 480, or they have a lot of different variations in power, so you got to really watch what power you put to what. But let's see, can you see there? That's a 19 I believe it says 1980. I can't see. Maybe you guys can see. Maybe 1988, 11. So let's get that power to that and see what happens. Okay, got that power hooked up. Let's get the power converter turned on. You'll hear a lot of people say that phase converters really aren't good for CNC machines. I've never had a problem, but then again, I run a big 40 horsepower one that supplies everything in the shop. I've run 3-4 CNC machines on that for days and days and days and never had a problem, so. See what we get. Oh, I hear fans kicking on. Stuff's kicking on in there. So now I have to remember the actual start sequence for a Matsura. And I know it was on my old one, I believe, hit the power button. And then if the screen comes on, you hit the power button again and it'll energize all of the drives. But I hit the power button and nothing's happened so far. Maybe hold it? Nothing. Oh, wait. Got an alarm. Emergency stop, servo off. So that emergency stop is in. Let's see. There it goes. Okay, servo's off, reset. Okay, servo's off. Now I believe you hit the power button again on a Yaznak and the servos will come on. So let's hit the power button again, see if the servos come on. Fingers crossed. Oh!
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
They're on, man. You hear them? So I know usually, I don't know if I have the phase correct on it. Usually that doesn't matter, but on machines, in my experience, on machines that have a sidearm tool changer, it matters because the turret goes in a certain direction and so does the arm. So I can't remember, it's been so long since I used a Yaznak controller. Program, communications, program. That's program, communications, position. That's probably parameters, diagnostics. There's the offsets. Wow, look at how clear that screen is, man. Like I'm sure it's probably flashing for you guys. Well, it doesn't even look like it is. That screen is super clear. Wow. Position, there's the position. Even the 4th axis is showing up on there. Wow. So let's go over here and go to the jog wheel. Let's see. Go slow with it. Oh yeah. Check it out. Oh, it's lifting up. Let's go faster. Oh man, it's moving. No way. Wow. That is insane. Let me move it up out of the way of at least the 4th axis there. So let's see, Y. No way. Super smooth. X. Wow. And it sounds smooth, man. Let's try the 4th. No way. Score on that. Just having that move right there is worth purchasing both of these machines. It's insane. So I don't have air hooked to it, but I don't know if this one does tool change with air. It may be hydraulic. Yep, it's hydraulic. Hear it? Nice. So I do know you got to home this machine out, and I can't remember the sequence. I know, man, it's been so long since I used one of these. Let's go to, it says jog rapid, then here's manual feed. I know you do one of these, but I don't know if it's in the jog or the rapid memory. Let's see, jog, maybe? Let's try here. So that's the 4th. Yeah, it's rolling nice. But zero return, that, no. I know usually when you do it, you hit it, it'll just take off by itself and start doing it. And here are the zero position lights for each axis, so I know when you get to that point, these will light up. I don't know. Rapid maybe? Will that do it? No, it doesn't seem to be doing it. Nope. So I know one of you guys are out there like, this is how you home it out, like exactly how to do it. If you know how to do it, put it in the comments below. I'm sure I'll sit here and mess with it until I figure it out. Okay, so I believe I figured it out. On this machine, you have to actually hold it. See, I have these two zeroed out here. You have to hold the plus to get it back to the home position, and when it gets close to the limit switch, it starts to slow down. So you can see here, it's going fast. And then when it gets close to the limit, it should slow down. See, it slowed down? Now I guess I have to hold it until it stops. Basically, it's gonna hit that limit. So you see I have all those zeroed out. Now I don't know about the fourth axis. I put the fourth axis in and it just keeps spinning and spinning. I don't know that that actually hits a limit. Well, yeah, it did. There, when I held it, now I got them all zeroed out. So everything's zeroed out, but I don't know why this doesn't go to zero. Let's see. There's incremental. Machine, oh yeah, see there's the machine, it's at zero. So it did zero it out. Cool. Let's see if we can maybe turn the spindle on. So I'm not sure. Here's the MDI. Go to, there's memory data in and out. Program. There we go. Let's see, M03. Which one is, do you have to hit EOB maybe? Not, let's reset that. M03 speed 500 EOB shift WR is right. Boom, that's in there. So I guess cycle start, see what happens with that. Oh, there it goes. Boom. Sounds freaking nice too. M03 speed 1000. EOB right, that's ready to go. Cycle start. There we go. So here's the meter. You can see the load is at almost nothing, 20%. And here's the RPM times 100. So that's 10 times 100. So I don't know if this, how high this will go. Let's see, is it M00 EOB right? Maybe that'll stop it. Yep. So let's see if we can go higher. M03 speed 2000. And EOB right. Nope, didn't like that. Oh wait, oh yeah, it did. It went into high range. So it switched into high gear. Wow. Sounds awesome. So I'm not gonna sit and run it for long because there's no tool in there. So let's stop this. M00 EOB right, cycle start. So it switched from high gear to low gear. That's awesome. This may be at least a 5,000 RPM spindle machine. I would imagine this thing's 10 or 15 horsepower. So it definitely probably gets down. Wow, so this is a score on this one so far. This alone made it worth the money. 700 bucks, loaded on a truck for the pair. Plus I had some shipping. Shipping was like $1,000 bucks. This fourth axis alone would pay for that if this machine didn't run, but it does run. We could try a tool change, but I'm kind of scared because if I have the polarity wrong, it's not gonna do it, and then you gotta sit and mess with all the limits. But you know what? Let's throw caution to the wind and try it. Let's see, so M06 Tool 3. EOB. Right. Let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. They're moving. They're moving. Check that out. Boom. Puts the tool in there. Tool comes down. Wow, that is awesome. So I do have, I believe this is a BT40. So I do have BT40 tool holders that would probably go right in there from all the machines I've had and ran over the years. And like I said, I taught myself on a Matsura. So I definitely have tools that go in it. But check this out. Here's all the manual tool stuff. This is a really, really nice machine, man. I can't even believe it. And you can see it does hold its place because it says tool 3 is in the pocket. So it remembers where it's at. Some machines, when I get them in, I have to, you have to like initiate a 0 and tell it what pocket is 1 or 2 or 3. This machine alone was a major score. And it gives me hope that this other machine right here is going to be just as good. So I guess let's power this one down and go see if we can get this other one here up and running. So now that we got that other one running, let's unwrap this big Christmas present, see if we can get this one running. So I got to go through and pull these doors out too. I would guess they're not the lightest. The people that packed this up for me, though, I will say they did a bang-up job. There's all kinds of pieces in here. There's even a little leveling pads down there. It's like a big puzzle I'm gonna have to figure out how to put back together. Shouldn't be too bad. They're actually not as heavy as I thought. Awesome. So I'll probably keep most of this foam in here because I'm not sure which one I want to keep, which one I want to sell. And if I do sell it, I'll need to put all this stuff back in there. They probably did that for transit because it was too wide, so it wasn't an oversized load. Ah, we do have a broken piece of plexiglass on this one. That sucks. Those look like little chip pans that go underneath the machine there. Well, I'm not too happy about the duct tape on the machine, but that's okay. It's a $350 machine. What more could you ask for? Everything's super clean up here on this one too. It's just amazing how well maintained these machines were. It's amazing I got them for $350 a piece. So granted, it's a late 80s machine, but I don't shy away from these because you can run modern code into most of these if you can drip feed to the machine. So they're still worth quite a bit of money to me. So here's a control pendant. Let's get this unwrapped and see what condition this is in. If it's anything like the other one, it's going to be in really nice condition. This shop really took care of their machines. I love seeing that. Oh man, this thing is nice. there's a work status light. Boom. So I was right, the wire that they cut is actually a RS-232 cable. It just wraps around inside of there. It's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pins in there. So out of the 23 pins, they must have only been using those couple pins there. But it's pretty useless to us if it's cut. But this does give me hope that we can communicate with these machines through RS-232 and run modern code. So there it is, the controller on this machine. Look how clean this one is. And like I said about the other one, you can buy these cards right here for certain controllers, but I don't doubt that that's original. I mean, look at all this stuff. You can't buy these for this machine, I know that. And that stuff is in like new condition. Wow. Just look at the state of this machine now that we got the stuff out of there. Look how clean this is, man. Just a little bit of powder coat wear. And I'm talking, this is an 80s machine, so to only have that little bit of a wear on it, this machine was well taken care of. I have no doubt that when we power this on, this thing's gonna run, unless it lost parameters or something like that. So same thing, let me get some power wire to this one and see what we get. See how the keys actually fit on this one? And then we can open it up. Turn that to off, open that up. And then you can see the difference on this one. See, the other one had power wires going in there, going somewhere. I don't know if they just, I hope that they hadn't just cut those, because that would suck. That would mean there's live power wires in there. But these go right through to here and go right through the dat and come right out there, and that's where they cut them at. So these will pull right out and I can just wire right into here to be fine. But again, look at this cabinet. Look how clean this is. Look at that stuff, man. That's crazy. I've purchased newer machines that aren't this clean. Not even close to this clean. These are kind of weird. I've never seen them have like a hex bolt in them. They usually just have the Phillips head, but yeah, we'll get them out of there, get it wired up. Got it all wired up. Actually was able to wire the ground on this one because I was able to access this whole panel. Let's turn the power on this one, see what we get. Alrighty, there goes nothing. Wow. We got power. Let's make sure this is out. The magazine. Wow, spindle chiller's working. So this one must have a pretty high RPM spindle if it has a spindle chiller, I would assume. I'm not sure that this one does. No, it has a hydraulic tank, but no spindle chiller. So I'd imagine this one goes up pretty high. Alrighty, same thing as the other one. Let's power it on. There it goes. We got some lights. See if it comes on. Yep, there goes Yaznak MX3. Same thing as the other one. Emergency stop. Boom, that's out. Servo's off. Reset all that. Servos are off. Let's hit it again. Boom, sounded like they came on. And there's no alarms. Here's the position. Go through the pages. Looks like it's set up just like the other one. So let's jog it. I like that it has the up and down, the plus and minus on there for you so you don't get confused. Let's see, this is handle. Oh yeah, comes right up. Nice. Nice and smooth too, man. Can't hear nothing. Let's go Y. Nice. X. Same thing. Wow, man. Nice and smooth. So this controller, compared to the other one, actually does have a 0 return switch setting. So I guess you switch that to that. And the old ones, you hold this, then they start going by themselves. So let's do the Z first. Yep, see, I'm not holding it. It's doing it by itself. And it should zero itself out too. Yep, see the machine zeroed out? Boom. So we do that for every axis. Y. Just let it go. No hands. It's going by itself. Wow, this is a nice machine, man. X. Nice. So you see here, we're all homed out. This is just like the one that I taught myself on. I really like how this machine is set up, how you can take this whole case off, because it's a machining center. And I know you can do that on most machining centers, but this is really easy. They're kind of, the doors and stuff are on a track, and then it's just like 2 or 3 bolts. So if you did need to load something big inside of this, you could do that. So I'm kind of torn on which one to keep and which one to sell. What do you guys think? Which one would you keep? Which one would you sell? I know the other one has the 4th axis on it. I don't do a lot of I don't do any 4th axis work. But this one is more like a machining center, where it's totally enclosed if you want it to be, or you can remove the cover. But then again, the other one is easier access because you can just drop stuff down in there with a crane or a forklift. Let me know in the comments, which one would you guys keep? All right, so we got it all homed out. Let's go in here and go to program, see if we can get that spindle running. M03 speed 500 EOB right, that's in there. And this one doesn't say it, but I remember that being cycle start. And it took it. And it says it's in low. The edit lock is on. The light's on, so maybe that's why it's not moving. We're not getting any movement here. That's not a good sign. Let's try this again. Communication, go back over here. Let's turn the edit key, the edit lock off. So I think lock means that it was locked. So maybe that's why it didn't work. M03 speed 500, and that's EOB, right. So that's in there. Now let's go to cycle start. There we go. That's what it was. The edit lock was on. And you can see here it shows it's in low gear at 100%. Wow, it is super, super quiet. I know you guys can't hear it because there's virtually no sound. This is a really, really nice machine. Both of these are really nice machines, man. And all the time I've been machine dealing and buying and selling and running machinery, I've scored big. I've scored probably bigger than this, but this is a really, really big score. $350 per machine. For machines like this, that were this well taken care of, wow, man. Unbelievable. So let's see, sometimes you can just go S1000 and bump it up that way, but sometimes you got to stop it and then start again. Let's see. Nope, there it goes. Boom. Man, that sounds smooth. So I wonder what, it's still in low gear. High gear must be 2,000, 3,000. Let's go to 2,000. Speed 2, 1, 2, 3. EOB, right. Yep, there we go. It stops. It must switch a belt up there like a Fadal. So it's in low gear. It must be switching now. I do hear stuff going on in there. But nothing's happening. So maybe I needed to stop it first. Let me do a feed hold. Then let me reset that. So maybe I messed up. Let's get it back going in low gear. M3 speed 500. EOB, right. So let's try that again. There we go. So we got it back in low gear. Maybe we needed to stop it first. M00, EOB, right. Okay. So I'm pretty sure you don't shift this manually. Maybe you do though. Let's see, M03, speed 2000 EOB, right? Now that should be high gear. Let's see. I do hear some clicking over here, and I do see the spindle move just a little bit. I'm not sure. It says MS, like it's running. So let me cancel that. Let's go M0 EOB right and do that. That should stop that. Okay. Just restart again. So let's see, what is this? I don't know. I don't know why it's not going between high gear and low gear. That may be a problem. But the machine's so nice, I doubt that's going to be a problem. Anybody have any suggestions? Let's try a tool change. No, let's run it again to get the spindle back around and then let it orient. So let's go M3 speed 500 again. Oh, reset that. M03 speed 500 EOB right. And there we go, boom. So it's in low gear. There may be a command that you got to type in to get it to high gear that I'm not aware of, but usually it would just kick between high and low like the other one did. And the other one, I believe, is older than this one. So there's that. Let's go to M00 EOB right. Boom, that stopped it. And then I know M19 will orient the spindle, but it usually does it itself. So let's go M06 tool 5 EOB right. Let's see if it does a tool change. Fingers crossed. Oh, I got a PS alarm. Let's go to the alarm page. Sequence error. Tool command nothing. Tool pot is not horizontal. Tool counter error. So sometimes when these swing arm tool changers aren't in the right position and aren't hitting those limits, you'll get those errors. Or the polarity is wrong on this one and I have to switch it. Or I could have just typed it in wrong. So let's see. Clear all that out. Go back to program. Let's try it again. M06 tool 06 instead of just 5. EOB right. Maybe that'll work. Nope, I'm getting an error again. Alarm. Sequence error. User message. T command nothing. Tool pot is not horizontal. Tool counter error. So this is the more modern version where the thing pops down and moves over and it's a whole thing. It should be back behind here. And I know if that stuff's not oriented right, it's just a super pain to get that lined up and working. But like I said, I may just have the polarity reversed. So before I go through trying to do all that, which I may not do in this video anyway, let's clear it. Let me power it down. I'm gonna move it off the home switches, power it down, switch two of the wires to change the polarity, and then let's try this again. All right, so I tried that. I changed the polarity, and now it won't even turn on. It won't get off of emergency stop. And if you look around here, the spindle chiller actually has an alarm on it. So I'm assuming that it can detect the polarity because of the flow of the motor and the coolant going into the spindle chiller. So I assume that I had it wired up correctly the first time. Okay, so I put the wiring back the way I had it. I was able to get the emergency stop alarm off and power it back up. So it does know what polarity is what on this machine. It kind of reads it probably from the flow of the coolant, like I said. So I did have it correct to begin with. So more than likely what it is it's not touching one of the limits up inside of here. This case kind of pops off there, and I may not mess with that right now. But if I can't get it to do a tool change, then I can't import a program to this one because it'll want to do a tool change. Let me just peek inside that cover. Okay, I popped that cover off of there. And as you can see here, this Halifax switch is lit up. The back ones aren't. But if you look, it looks like there's a little chip right there. Let me get a screwdriver, see if I can pop that out. That may not be the problem. But like I said, there's little grooves inside of here. And if those grooves aren't in the right position for this to be off or on, it won't work. Which, come to think about it, that little chip being in there probably doesn't matter because it would be on right now anyway, I think. Let me pop it out of there anyway. Alright, let me get that little chip out of there. There we go. And that didn't make a difference because, like I said, that's lit up anyway. So the problem might be one of these also has to be lit and it may not be touching. It may have wiggled. It may not be touching and lighting up. So all of these switches have to be correct. And that's one of the reasons they have these limit switch 19, 21, and 22 listed here, so that they could figure it out when they have problems like this. And sometimes when I've on-powered machines with sidearm tool changers, when you plug them back in, you just have this problem and you have to like reset everything manually. And I've actually had to go into the parameters when I had the book, which I don't for this one unfortunately right now, and kind of see which numbers were lit, which ones weren't, and get the whole process figured out. So we may not be able to use this and import a program in this video. We might try the other one. This one did have a better chance of it because it did have the RS-232 plug in it. But that being said, this thing does run phenomenal, and there's something that I'm also not doing right to get it to kick in the high gear. Those need to be figured out as well, but I'm sure it kicks into high gear and works. There's obviously some limit switch somewhere that's hit and tripped that's causing this problem. So let me mess around with it a little bit and see what we can find out. Okay, so I've been up and down and around with this. I went through and cycled everything inside of there and watched the screen, and everything was changing. The tool pot was a little stuck, and that's what I'm getting is tool pots not horizontal. So I pulled that down. I can see it switch on and off. What I'm actually thinking is that I'm just totally stupid. I think this one is ran by air. So I think we need air, because I looked inside of there and there's little air cylinders in there. So I think not having air is not allowing it to cycle. So let's get some air to it, see if that helps. I was correct. It was because this thing didn't have air in it. I actually started to do a tool change and it stopped. And what I think I did, I didn't wait for the system to get all the way up to PSI, and it ran out of air. Now I'm getting all these alarms. So now, this is the position I did not want to be in with this machine, any single side swing arm machine, because you have to get it back into the starting sequence. So I have to remove that cover again and try to get it all back to where it starts to do a tool change, and then try to clear it and hopefully get it to work. But there's actually a tool pot down now, so I'm in a way worse position now than what I was before. This is why I don't like sidearm tool changers. So let me see if I can mess with all that, get all that stuff set back to zero to the start position, and maybe we can try again. I looked online and miraculously found the answer to this problem. In the parameters, 6219, if you toggle it between 1 and 2, when you get that error, it'll go away. So I got it to go away. So here's the position. So I do have air in it now. Everything's back to the home position. Let's cross our fingers and try another tool change. See, program. I am in MDI mode. M06 tool 0, I don't know, 9. EOB right. Let's cross our fingers and see what happens. I hear the air. Tool turret's moving. Nice. So again, same thing. That's what happened last time. Alarm, sequence error. Arm time over. So I don't know why I keep getting that alarm, and I don't know what it's doing wrong. Maybe everything's rolled back too far, where the sequence is starting back too far. Let me try to get everything back to the regular position again, the start position, and try that. Okay, so I hit a wall with it where I just keep getting the same message over and over and over. It's like beating my head against a wall. So I think it's moved out of sequence, out of time, because it's timing out on doing a tool change. And I've reset it back to the start position like 4 or 5 times, and I've even started it further forward, further back. So it must be something, I think it's like a setting that you have to reset to tell it this is where you start from 0 in the sequence. So I have to look that up. An overall summary of both of these machines, they both run great. So the one in the front that's set up like a machining center, I couldn't get into high gear, and I couldn't get it to do a tool change. 100% it's from something I'm doing, and there's no doubt that I'll get those figured out. On the bed mill style here, everything works flawless on this. Does tool changes, no problem. Spindle runs, everything works great. No problems with this one at all. This is a great machine. Okay, because I'm trying to get this video out to you guys by the weekend, I'm not gonna have time to try to drip feed to these machines right now, but that's okay, because I'm counting on you guys to help me out that know these Matsura machines and maybe just know these Yaznak MX2 and MX3 controllers. If anybody knows what parameter numbers control the baud rate, the data bits, the stop bits, let me know in the comments below, and then that'll help me out between now and the next video. I can research it and I can figure all that out and match it up to the DNC box to be able to import some modern code to this. And it does have tape feed, so I'm pretty sure if we can figure that out and get the post processor correct, which I know I've had a post processor for these Yaznaks before that worked. I can either find one or maybe build one. We can get some modern machining going on in these machines. Am I able to manually type in G code into these machines and get them to run and write a program by hand? Absolutely. But that's not the point. The point is to see if we can do some modern machining on these old machines and showcase that there's still life left in them and they still have a place in modern machining society. Like I said, these are late 80s machines and they can run modern code. So that being said, the next video should be on that if I can figure it out and you guys give me some help in the comments below. But other than that, what do you guys think about the deal on these machines? $350 a piece, loaded onto a truck, shipped to the door. They both run great. This one actually has that 4th axis. I think that 4th axis alone with the drive is worth more than what I paid for all of these, even with shipping. Let me know what you guys think. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. Again, I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me. If you want one of these Prestige Manufacturing skull caps, go to my website. It helps promote the channel, prestigemanufacturing.net. Pick them up. I got a $5 shipping on there. It's real cheap, ships anywhere in the US. And if you've gained anything from this content and you like this content and want to see more, subscribe to the channel and leave me a like. See you on the next one.